Hello and welcome to Thursday Night Therapy, where 5 friends separated by time and space are brought together by the magic of D&D for some desperately needed therapeutic escapism. Very, very sorry for the late start this evening. We've been having a plethora of technical difficulties, but I think we're all sorted now. So sorry to everybody in the chat. Everyone watching live, do we have anyone there?
We
F's
do
in the
indeed.
chat.
Got a
I
little
don't even
black
know what
here.
that means. I don't even know what
Shout
that
out
means.
to our regular viewer, our single one.
So there will be no session next week because I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be driving around. But I will be back a little later than usual. I think we're going to have some sort of painting chat session. So you can come join us for that at least if you so desire.
We should be online at the normal time, doing something.
Yes, true. And I guess I'll just join a little later when I get home. Let's get started. Last time on Thursday Night Therapy, our heroes finished their dinner and made their way back to the Bloodwake. The following day, Devvie ordered a fancy set of armor, which would take 9 days to make. The crew decided to spend the next week and a half relaxing and enjoying some downtime, copying spells and mixing brews. They organized a small trial at the arena for some potential new crew, and decided upon 4 hardened and experienced pirates. After 5 days, they organized a return trip to the temple where they fought the dragons, in order to completely harvest all of their parts. While there, Torrin found a couple of skeletons to join her gang, and their attentions eventually turned to the mysterious closed door they had not opened on their first visit. Just before opening, however, Des decided to reach out to his patron Besmara and ask if this place had anything to do with the mission he had been entrusted with. The answer: leave now. Assuming the worst, he hurriedly began ushering his colleagues back out into the fresh air. Only Torrin stopped and lingered as a nagging thought crossed her mind. The door itself almost beckoning her to open it. Luckily, her friends were able to convince her of her folly, and together they exited the temple. And that's where we'll pick up this week.
Straight in, various undead in tow. Torrin's going to turn to Des as we've exited. It's like that there was something there.
Yeah, no shit.
No, I mean it almost called to me. It was It was odd. It felt like it was pulling me into it, but I don't know what it was or its purpose or anything.
Yeah, well, you looked like you had it checked out entirely there, love. I don't think things would have gone particularly well if we'd left you behind.
No, I don't think so. I don't know what that was. That was strange.
It was bad. Is what it was
more strange than usual for me.
Yeah, well, when a deity starts telling you to check the fuck out, then you need to check the fuck out. As far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to say, you know, I've never been a massive person for religion and magic and stuff. I mean, I know I can do a few tricks that I picked up from Aunt Ethel's old boyfriend, Raz, but, you know, they're parlour tricks. They're nothing like any of the stuff that we've been experiencing, but I have to say, there's been a change in my brother the last little while, and I believe it's real. And if Besmara's told him to gather strength and get stronger and things like that, I would think I'd tend to believe her. Maybe this is something we can come back to when we are stronger. But for now, I've got a bad feeling about it, and I think we should bloody leave.
Yeah, no, I mean, it wasn't exactly words in the head when I was having a chat, but the intent was definitely go now, don't look back, keep going. Why haven't you gone yet?
Yeah. Hey, listen, I said something back there, and I'll look to Sandara as well now. That whole I don't believe in Besmara thing. Look, I didn't exactly mean it the way it came out. It's just, yeah. Look, my brain went really weird there, and I didn't exactly phrase it properly.
I know what you were meaning, Torrin.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, this place gives me the creeps. I don't know what's in there, and that is weird, and I'd rather not come back.
Should we try and seal this or something? Is there anything we can do to stop anything getting out if it does get out? Or
Wow, it's a good point, Lanny. I mean,
It's an idea.
well, personally, I think whatever that door is, it's held whatever's in there for however long, but, you know, we managed to get in here easy enough. It's not as if this place is hard to get to. It might be worth, like you say,
maybe
sealing it.
anyone else getting in and letting what's in there out.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right, Lanny.
And Lanny looks behind him. The statue behind him, is it movable?
You can try and move it.
Let's give it a go.
As I said, it obviously has this large base, and the statue itself has been, it's barely recognizable as a figure. The features have either been worn down by weather or, under the circumstances, possibly affected by acid. But you can try. But you can say now, just looking at it, it's only person size, so it's not going to completely block the entrance.
And bear in mind, there is actually another entrance around the other side.
What about collapsing?
One in the roof that the dragons came through.
Yeah. What about collapsing the tunnel, either side of it?
Yeah, I could give that a go. I mean,
Could bash it with your maul, and Torrin and my bruv can hit it with magic, I guess.
Well, that becomes a problem if we ever want to come back again.
Yeah. No, I mean, I've got a funny feeling that if this thing wants out, then it's going to call people to do so, like it was calling Torrin right there. But as also
don't
said,
say that. Don't say it called me. That's creepy and weird.
Your eyes were empty.
I know, and I don't like it. So,
well, is it calling to you now, Torrin?
have I got anything in my head, Mr. DM, sir?
No, yeah. I mean, as soon as you left the building out into the fresh air, the sunlight on you again, it almost feels like a world away now, and you're not sensing anything that you did before.
Okay. No, it's It's only ever in the room. I got a
He's-
weird feeling from the well in the center of the room, and I got a weird feeling from the door. But
Then that would tell me that it's proximity based, and perhaps the reach isn't as far as we're fearing. I think we'll leave it for now. We should get back. I mean, we've got to catch Captain Pegsworthy before he leaves anyway.
I can make sure he doesn't leave.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can talk to him. Remember?
Oh yeah. Well, if you let him know that we'll be along shortly, but I'm just saying, you know.
Ah, shit! I don't have that spell prepared today. Bollocks.
That's all right. I mean, we've got other stuff that we need to do, and like I said before, Besmara's told my brother to get stronger and gather power to him. So maybe he can ask the question a little bit later on, and then she can give us more guidance. I don't know.
As a point of order, Sean, I had 4 skeletons. That leads into what I'm next going to say. Yeah, I had the 2 originally that I raised with Sandara, and then the extra 2 that I scrounged parts for.
I thought you only found 2 in total, and you still had the 2 zombies with you.
No, I originally did 2 when we first got there.
Well, that's
then
true.
I
Yeah, you
scrounged
did.
4.
You did Copeland and the Knoll,
Yes.
and then you found 2 more.
And
the
then the
zombies are
natural
gone.
20 perception. The zombies are
That's true.
currently with me, but they were about to be gone.
Okay. So you want them dead?
I was going to take their armor off,
Mm-hmm.
take the cloaks off, and give them the order to go back and sit next to the zombie corpses or the dragon corpses, and just leave them there.
Okay.
Which then means I have 2 sets of robes and 2 sets of chainmail.
Hang about. What if the voice tries to get them to do something? They might not have the mental fortitude to resist. I think we should destroy them.
I wouldn't say they're smart enough, but if that's a worry, sure. Let's just break them apart.
So it's bind them first with rope so that they can't fight back.
They won't fight back because I won't tell them to. They're still under my control for another 12 hours or so. We can just tell them to stand still and we can rip them to shreds and they'll do nothing.
Alright.
And I will just shocking grasp them both in the fucking doorway here.
I'd actually taken them away, but
yeah,
you want them dead, basically.
I will fucking murder them just in the doorway a bit.
Okay. So they're dead.
They are fucking ruined. And I'm going to put some colours on my skelly boys so I know which one's which.
Well, that's handy. I thought they had some sense of self-preservation, but obviously not.
Not unless I tell them to. If I don't give them any orders, they will defend themselves. If I tell them, sit there and do nothing, and do not defend yourselves, they will just fucking stand there. And I'll point to 2 smoking corpses on the floor that have been shocking grasped.
Just so you know, you can actually switch them to have bows.
Oh, beautiful.
Sweet.
They are multi-sided.
Wow.
I love it.
I love you.
Ta very much. I will set them... I'll set 2 of them to look like bows for now. But they are technically equipped with both. As is their stat sheet.
Yep, of course. Yeah, I just thought if changing between... I didn't know what you wanted, so I just made both.
Yeah. If they're in long range combat, if they're designed to be in long range combat, I'll keep them with their bows out. But
All good.
If I'm bringing them in close as fodder, like I did with the zombies, I will keep them where they are with swords.
Maybe we should have a word with some of the people in town who are in charge of such things, and advise them to not let anyone come up here.
Yeah.
How well known is this place?
Don't know.
It was mentioned. Was it mentioned on the bounty, or did we just find out this from Dark?
Well, no, the Hunters Guild know where this place is, which tells me it's probably common knowledge. But the other thing I also will say is, if you tell people not to go somewhere, they want to go there.
You would the way up here, basically there were like 3 paths that kind of separated and then like rejoined at the farthest point, and these seem to be like the main 3 trails that are taken for the hunting parties. And if you remember, you actually had to leave that trail and travel a while through the forest to actually reach this place. So I think they know it's here, but I think you can assume that it's not generally visited by the hunting parties, at least.
Yeah. My point is, you draw someone's attention to something and then suddenly they want to go there. I think the place has been untouched as it is. Just leave it.
I agree with you. If I was told as a kid not to do something, I would immediately do it.
Okay.
So let's
Yeah. Okay.
we all good to go back?
Yeah, I think we
think
make
so.
haste back towards the ship and to Little Apara and whatever else we have to get done.
Well, we need to get to the get back to the cart and yeah, that's my doorbell. I'll ignore it. My girlfriend can deal with it. It might be my food. Who knows? But if we fucking hell, brain function, we need to get back to the cart, and I need to stuff these guys in the barrels that we brought the zombies up in. I suppose there's less flesh, so there's less flesh and no armor, so it'll be easier to do.
I mean, is this one of those situations where you can like take them apart and then you put them back together again when you get back to where you want to be?
Not really, but there's no ligaments or fleshy restraints, shall we say, that they need to sort of continue functioning by.
No organic resistance.
Yeah, that's a really great way of phrasing that.
Easier to fold.
Yeah, it's probably easier to sort of bend an arm where it probably shouldn't go, but it's magic holding them together, so it'll kind of bounce back. I hope.
Well, we're about to find
I
out.
haven't dealt with skeletons. I've only dealt with zombies.
Quite a lot, I think.
Yep. I've only dealt with zombies. I've never dealt with skeletons. This is a little bit new to me. So we'll see.
Right.
Yeah, I'm going to say that you can basically almost just fold them in half.
Yeah.
And pocket them into the barrel. And even Sandara suggests if you put some of the dragon bones on top, then you wouldn't even realize.
Oh, that's a fantastic idea.
Guys.
Yeah. Disguising bones as other bones.
Mm-hmm.
As long as we can sort of keep a head visible, so people just think, oh, it's dragon bones.
Yeah. If you just stuff some in on top,
people aren't gonna second guess what other bones are under there.
So, with the skeletons barreled away, you can head back to the city or the town if you like.
What time is it now?
Well, let's think about this. You got up. You what is it? You spent the night, didn't you? And then you made a fresh start on the dragon corpses the following morning. And
Yes.
it would have taken you hours. So I'm going to say it's in the afternoon, and I think by the time you get back to the town of Little Opara, it's going to be evening.
Okay, so I'm just thinking for the time when I cast Animate Dead.
Yeah,
probably
You've got
did
till
that
tomorrow
around
afternoon.
like midday-ish.
Yeah, let's just say
That's
midday.
fine.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of spell slots to deal with that then.
So as you do head back, what I didn't mention on the way up, that it's obvious that the hunting has kind of restarted. You do see the odd hunting party around. They do give you a nod and a wave. But as I said, by the time you do arrive back at Little Opara, it is going to be evening time. The sun will just be setting. I assume. No, I'm just going to put you on. I'll put you on the Little Opara map for now. So I assume you're heading back to the ship.
Yeah.
Don't think there's any immediate stops that we have to make on the way down,
No.
other than taking the. Oh, we'll need to keep the cart as long as possible.
Yeah.
Because it's got all the bones
cart?
on it.
Yeah, but I mean, you've got enough crew. If you can
Got
just have
crew,
them,
yeah.
you can just have them carry the stuff down to the ship. That's not an issue. You will have to pay 10 gold though for the rent of the 2 carts for the 2 days.
That then becomes a slight problem when there's actual skeletons in there.
Yeah, but Lani, I mean,
Yeah, Lani
You
can
can
just
take the
grab them.
barrels.
you can take the barrels
in
and
barrels. That's fine.
Okay. I will pay the 10 gold. It's my 10 gold, wasn't it?
yes,
Okay, that is paid.
good.
On the way down, as everyone's offloading stuff, I will just go up to the pinion, walk up the gangplank, ask for Captain Pegsworthy.
Okay, yeah, he will be fetched immediately. He walks out to greet you.
Captain
Hello there,
Pegsworthy.
Devvie.
How
How
are
are you? How are you?
Ah, not too bad, thank you very much. Obviously, it's been a very busy few days for us, so I apologise I haven't been around sooner.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm sure we'll have many occasions in the future.
Well, that being said, I was wondering if you wanted to maybe have dinner with us or something tonight.
Oh, I would be very glad to do so, of course.
Oh, in that case, we will. We'd love to host you on the deck of our new ship.
Oh, lovely. I shall be along shortly.
Yeah. Just give us a chance to freshen up. We've been harvesting a dragon all day, or 2 dragons.
Ah, I see. Of course. Ah, yes. Will an hour be fine?
I think that hour would be perfect.
Okay, excellent.
See you soon,
Cheerio.
and head back to the ship. And obviously, tell the tell the others to. We've got an hour to get cleaned up.
We don't have to get fucking dressed up again, do we?
Well,
It's
you know,
Pegsworthy. He's seen us at our worst. I think
yeah,
decent enough will be okay.
smart casual.
Putting clothes on, right? That's the best you're getting from me.
Clean-ish.
Okay.
Lani, do you want to just keep the loincloth, or are you going to put clothes on?
I think
No,
he has.
I
I
am
think it
the
does.
captain of this ship. I will dress up in my best clobber, as it were.
You are learning quickly, Captain.
Thank you, Torrin.
That sounded vaguely sinister.
No, not at all. 100% sincere, yes, but sinister, no. Lanny hasn't done anything to annoy me yet.
Good.
So,
What do you mean, yeah?
I mean, you hang around with Des, so I imagine some of his unruliness will rub off on you.
Rude.
Give a little, a little smirk, and start moving my barrels into the captain's quarters.
Honestly, I can't really be mad.
So I assume you would give the order to Croup to whip up a hearty meal as quick as he can.
Just about to say.
Indeed.
Would you request anything specifically?
The freshest he's got.
I'm going to
Okay.
suggest something.
And oh,
Ooh.
oh, I know what you're gonna suggest.
Oh,
Oh,
No, not. I know. I'm not going to do it while we're still in Lopara.
Oh, we're not gonna eat the fuckbird yet.
Not yet. No.
Fuckbird.
So it's still alive on the ship.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. Lanny
Yeah,
can't
it's
wait,
just-
can he?
No. Yeah. As they start talking about getting Croup to repair something, you just see Lanny's kind of eyes turn to the fuckbird, the peacock, and it's just like, no, not yet.
I also love that it's just completely natural and automatic to call it the fuckbird now, even though we know it's a peacock.
Absolutely.
It's going to be very, very awkward when I go to trigger meals with my kids.
Yeah. That'll be fucking great. Daddy, what's that? A fuckbird? I mean, what?
Yeah. And that's why we're not allowed back here anymore.
That's great.
But yeah, and it is something that we've got in stock, but he's not going to have to go out and get anything for, but something of a decent
Okay,
sort of.
He
standard.
has stocked up on fine foods while he's been here, but you still have like a ton of pork. But if you want fresh meat, I mean, they have chicken, and you can get some venison here relatively easily, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
You should have
Um,
also a nicely retooled kitchen now, because I gave him some money for that.
Yeah. My next question. Well, my first question is: are you leaving the skeletons in the barrels for the moment?
Yes, the barrels are gonna go into the captain's quarters with me.
Okay. And where did you wish to host this dinner? In the captain's quarters, or I think you said on the deck, actually.
On
didn't you,
deck.
Devin?
Yeah, I think on deck, because the captain's quarters is very tight, and also it'd be nice to have our new bard and Rosie create some merriment for us while we eat.
Lovely.
Yeah,
okay.
we've got what's his name? I've written it down. I've got Benok,
Yes.
our
Yes.
lovely half orc musician.
Mhm.
Sounds a bit fucking opulent.
Exactly.
Well, he was making some lovely music with Rosie. So yeah, let's bring him out. Let's bring him out for Pegsworthy. I mean, he's a good friend. He's helped us out a bit. He's probably the best friend we got at the moment. So let's wine and dine him in a good bloodwake way. Whatever the fuck that means for us ramshackle twats. Because
Make it-
look at
make
the
it
state of
going
us.
on.
I'm just gonna fucking point to the fact that we're all fucking disgusting. Aside
mean,
from
yeah.
Monsieur Crimson, who is probably decked out in wonderful finery as per usual, the pretentious twat he is.
I
A lovely
take that as a
pretentious twat.
compliment. Yes.
Out of all the potential twats that I know, he is my favourite.
Ah,
I'll
lovely.
second that, but I don't know many. Take that as you will.
So, things will be prepared. There would be a folding table in the captain's quarters that can be brought out. Croup will
Beautiful.
do his best in the time allotted. But by the time Pegsworthy arrives, he has actually made a fairly... Actually, do you know what? Let's see how well he does.
Oh no. Can't give him guidance.
He seems a bit stressed.
Oh no. Oh
But he's
no.
like, oh, I did it. Oh, I think I tried to make... Oh, I fucked up the sauce. It's all right. It'll be all right. He seems a bit stressed.
Oh no.
Looking at the food, it's not the best he's done recently. But he is trying.
That's fine.
I assume the crew will be given at least a portion of food, and then I guess they would have a subdued meeting further down the deck.
Yeah.
They are. We don't need the whole crew if they don't want to be here. You know, we could use this opportunity to give a bit of shore leave.
I mean,
Yeah, of course.
most of them have got general shore leave at this point.
Yep.
The general rules is come back at night and make sure you're here for the bell in the morning.
That's
People
very
are in
true.
our crew now.
Sorry?
How many people are in our crew? Not counting us.
Well, let's have a look.
With the addition of the new 4? Oh,
Oh.
we have an
Ooh.
image.
Oh my.
I love it.
I'm getting circle of... yeah. Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Amazing.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
And already
Plus I've
recognise the Fiskers, top left.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
Is
And
it
Bannock in
19
the
plus 2,
background,
is it?
I love.
It appears to be 19 plus 4.
Okay. You can see the 4 new pirates on the right-hand side.
Yeah. Cool.
Gotcha.
They are the... Let me check there. The woman is called Syl.
Syl?
Yes. The gentleman smoking something is called Ombo. At the bottom right, the dark-skinned gentleman. The ginger-bearded gentleman is called Thompson. And the other fella at the back is called Amend.
At this
Okay.
point, I will say, Torrin has been really good at trying to remember all the names of people that have come onto the ship. The last people she will remember are the Fisker brothers and Bannock.
It's
She
fine.
is just going to remember Sailor 1, 2, 3, and 4 at this point.
I have given them
'Cause
names.
She doesn't care enough.
I have given them names, but as I said, I think we need to think of them as just being relatively generic pirates. I've not written any backstories for them or anything.
Right. So
Their character is their picture. That's about it.
yes. So when Pegsworth is on deck with us and we are doing our thing, I will gather the entire crew on the deck.
Okay, yeah. Assuming they came back for meals, I mean,
Well,
that was the thing. Have they got general shore leave or?
Well, yes. I mean, okay, fine. I shall gather everyone who is here. That's obviously up to you as to who is here. And I will address them and say basically that we've been very impressed with everyone's efforts so far whilst being here, and I would like to welcome all the newcomers to the Bloodwake. Now, this is not going to be a regular thing, but as I am in a particularly good mood today, I am giving you all a bonus of 5 gold each to go out and have your way with this evening. Enjoy yourselves, because we will be leaving port probably quite soon. So get anything that you might need whilst we're out on the high seas. And go and have some fun.
So you've just given out 95 gold?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay.
Well, goddamn.
Tell you what, Des,
Most of them.
make it 10, and I'll chuck him another
Way!
95 gold.
They are.
You haven't you?
They are most impressed. Specifically, the new pirates are quite impressed. I think this is quite unusual. They've
Literally done nothing and they've been paid 10 gold.
Yeah. So most of them very merrily fuck off into the town.
That works.
A couple will stay, and of course, Croup will stay around to take care of the meal. But
Nice.
you are left in relative peace as the sun sets and the lanterns are lit, and you can enjoy your meal sat with Pegsworthy.
But
Wondrous.
Pegsworthy, how have you been? What's been going on in your world with your wonderful looking new ship?
Oh, well, thank you very much. Well, what happened since we left? Well, we got the pinion finished up. That did take a little while. Afterwards, we headed to Blood Cove, where I believe you also had been, but I think...
We did.
You'd
We
obviously-
had a little bit of business there.
Yes, you'd obviously already left by the time we got there, and afterwards we came here. I do like coming here for a little bit of relaxation. And, of course, I do like to visit the arena when I can.
Were
Must
you
I...
here for our particular engagement with the arena?
Of course, I was just about to say. Very, very impressive work. Great show.
Oh, you can put all the praise onto our captain for the fantastic killing blow on whatever the hell that was. That was such an interesting creature.
Yeah, it's
It's
very
horrible.
strange indeed. I
Horrible
have-
thing.
heard of trolls before, but this seemed to be some sort of strange variant, and well, once you knocked it down and it got up again, I was a little worried, I must say.
I'll tell you what, it's blood enough make a weird fucking brew.
He gives
Yeah,
you a
you
look
had
like
fun with that, didn't you?
Desmond likes to make his own brewed beers and alcohols, and he adds all different things he finds into them, and they get some weird results.
Oh yeah.
you,
Sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. Eh, Des?
you make drinks out of the blood of the strange creatures that you kill?
Just blood. I mean, so far I've made a few different things. I believe I used a it was particularly nice.
You see him glance at the glass he's holding in his hand, which was halfway to his mouth, and he pauses for a second.
It's just a regular pissing in this beer, all right? It's nothing, nothing weird.
Oh, okay.
We wouldn't feed you anything weird without actually telling you first. Don't worry. We've got too much respect for you for that.
Well, thank you very much. So, what are your plans now?
Well, for now... Well, we haven't hugely discussed the plans, but there are some ideas that we've got floating around.
I think we're going to start stretching our sea legs a bit more and getting down to this piracy malarkey a bit more seriously.
Yeah, saying that though, there is a potential that we may have a bit of a problem out in the ice seas.
Yeah, that's
It appears that we have attracted the attention of one whalebone pilk.
He's again like with a drink midway to his mouth. He stops again, and this time he gives you quite a stern look. Sorry, whalebone pilk.
Do you know the name?
Yes, of course. What
Well.
makes you think What makes you think he's after you?
Well,
But-
the whole legends, as far as I understand, is a flash of light and seeing something on the horizon.
Green light on the
well-
horizon and ship's bells.
Well, he's very famous for his bell. Why would he? And you're sure he's chasing you?
Well, we're not sure, but we're erring on the side of caution.
Yeah, it happened a few nights in a row, or a few mornings in a row, if you will.
Sorry to say, that doesn't sound very good at all.
I unfortunately have heard the same.
Yeah. Well,
I can tell you all I know if you like.
oh yeah.
Let's do.
Would be
Furnish us
appreciated.
with some knowledge.
I can tell you the whole story if you so desire.
Absolutely. Any information is good information.
At this point, Bannock, sensing a story is coming, comes a little closer and picks up his plucking instrument.
Fucking hell.
Wow.
So, Captain Jeremiah Pilk took his whaler, the Bella Dame, to sea from the port of Magnamar. The Bella Dame could take a whole whale in far waters, skin it, render its blubber in the tryworks, and store its meat, all without seeing land for weeks at a time. Such was Captain Pilk's success that he became known as Whalebone among the Magnamarian seafarers, after the rumour that all he left of his prey were the picked clean bones, and his ship simply became known as the Bell, for Pilk's habit of sounding the ship's bell with furor every time he caught sight of a whale's spout. Whalebone Pilk's success, however, proved to be his own undoing. On his last voyage, for 2 weeks, pickings were frustratingly slim on the steaming sea, until a pod of bowhead whales was finally sighted off the shoulder of the Hermia, heading south. Pilk nearly beat his knuckles bloody that night, striking the ship's bell, but the pod always stayed elusively ahead of the Bella Dame. For days the pursuit led ever south and west into the Arcadian Ocean, almost as if the whales were luring his ship onward. Home fell farther behind, and supplies dwindled, until some of the starving crew decided to mutiny. Pilk had the ringleader tied to the mast and ordered that the mate give him lashes for as long as Pilk rang the ship's bell. The mate's arm grew tired before Pilk's did, and by then the mutinous sailor was dead from the beating. To keep the rest in line, Pilk had the mutineers skinned and rendered in a tripod, and his cleaned skull nailed to the main mast as a warning. The ship continued on until the 23rd day, when a dense fog rolled in. An indistinct shape loomed large in the water ahead, and the mate ordered the helmsman to steer hard to port to avoid collision. But Pilk countermanded this order and began ringing his bell, ordering the men to the harpoons. When the huge bull bowhead came out of the fog, it rammed the ship, breaching the hull. Pilk cursed the whales and cursed his men, and continued to ring the ship's bell as the foundering ship slowly slipped beneath the waves, with all hands aboard, 2,000 miles from home. Now, on nights when Whalebone Pilk and his ghost ship, the Death Knell, take to the waters, none are safe on the Fever Sea. Crewed by a company of zombies, the undead remnants of the ship's original crew, and captained by Pilk himself, an undead abomination capable of stealing the very breath from the body of a living soul. The Death Knell is a ragged, mud-choked Magnamarian whaler that looks like it has spent years at the bottom of the sea. No one knows how Captain Pilk chooses his victims. During his infrequent jaunts upon the waves, perhaps it is nothing more than chance encounter. But once he selects his target, the hunt always plays out the same. When first sighted, the Death Knell is always some distance off, difficult to identify, not overly threatening. But those who witness it feel its unnatural aura of menace, and the sound of its clanking ship's bell, carrying across the water, never fails to unnerve those who hear it. For 3 nights the Death Knell stalks its prey, the ship getting ever closer, and always accompanied by the sound of its raspy bell. Until the 3rd night, when Captain Pilk attacks and attempts to board his victim's vessel with his deathly crew. Those who stay to face this rush of cutlass-wielding undeath find themselves overwhelmed and taken below to the processing hold, where their flesh is stripped from their bodies for its blubber, and is consumed by the crew in a ghoulish feast. The victims' still living bodies are then beheaded before the ship's bell, their souls becoming one with the ship to fuel it in its eternal hunt. Well, that's how the story goes, anyway.
Sorry, did you say zombie crew?
Well, that's what they say. It's the, what remains of his original crew.
What kind of psychopath would crew a ship with zombies?
Oh, you have to be a special kind of horrible to do something like that, wouldn't you?
The look that fucking goes across the table. The lightning in her eyes. Torrin has been 100% focused on the story and the regaling of the myth. But as soon as these two fucking chuckleheads start talking, death glare straight across the table.
As Dev is sipping his wine, he smiles and gives you a wink.
I get a nice warm feeling inside every time I see that look.
Well, I mean, that's quite a story. I mean, obviously, no smoke without fire. So, thank you for the information. Hopefully, that can gear us up a bit better. Actually, if I'm honest, that kind of I wouldn't say it emboldens me, because the thought of going up against him is bloody terrifying. But somehow it seems more manageable. I mean, we've killed zombies before.
Well,
it just depends on how many he's got, I suppose.
Part of the problem seems to be because I have heard stories of ships defeating him before. The issue is that he simply returns again sometime later.
God.
And
I'm
follows
wondering.
the same quarry, or
Yes.
chooses a new target.
No, he seems to be fixated on his prey once he has chosen it.
So if this fucker is really after us, he's after us until he eventually kills us.
Basically. Or until
like
you
a
find a
challenge.
way to kill him for good.
Well,
Now,
fuck.
I am wondering, right? Now, obviously, his old deal is that he was apparently trying to clear out the ocean of whales, which is a bit of a cunty move, if you ask me. I'm wondering whether Besmara is the one who sent him on this wild goose chase and killed him off in the first place. Obviously, the sea being her domain and all that, she might have been taking offence to it. So I
Only
am
someone
wondering
could
whether...
ask her.
Yeah, well, I'll give me a week. I'm wondering whether he's attracted to people, or at least attracted to us, because we have a bit of a concentrated group of Besmara followers here, don't we, with me and Sandara? I wonder whether we are calling to him in some way.
I mean, it's possible. I couldn't say I have the foggiest idea how or why he chooses his victims, but I mean, it's possible.
I mean, I don't really mind, to be honest. I am going to punch a head-sized hole in his head anyway. But the point is that it'd be interesting to see why he's doing it.
Yeah.
There's always the level of integrity to the stories is always questionable. As an account turns to a story, and a story turns to rumor. Rumors turn to myths, turn to legends. It changes so often when people tell the story. Do you know of any first-hand accounts? Has anyone that you know come up against this guy, been a member of crew and survived?
I did meet an old sea dog once who had been on a ship that was able to successfully fight him off, who then left said ship, only to watch it sail back out again into Pilt's clutches once more. He was able to describe the attack, the ship. I have no reason to doubt his story.
You said
So you have
something.
a first-hand account.
Well,
Yeah, Oh, sorry, you said something about his quarry were brought up. Was it in front of the ship's bell? And executed?
That's the story, yes.
Wondering if the ship's bell is the heart of the boat. Maybe that's what we need to ripple.
The way
Well, rather than killing the man, destroy the bell?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I'm wondering whether we just separate him from his boat.
Do
Take
they
him out.
Would you know if they come aboard to our vessel or whether Pilk always stays on his own vessel?
That's a good point.
I don't remember such details, but from what I remember, him saying that they were being tracked, hunted.
Where did you meet this man? Is he still alive? Is he?
No, this was in Quent years ago. He was an old dog. I can't even remember his name.
No, the dog will be dead and buried by now.
But he did say that they attempted to flee, and somehow the ship kept catching up with them. And then suddenly it appeared out of the fog, rammed the side of the ship, and they were swarmed.
Oh,
You know what they say? Forewarned is forearmed.
certainly food for thought. What do you want? What do you reckon, Lanny? You want to crack at this zombie bastard?
Yes, this sounds like a continued annoyance, but certainly some target practice, if anything.
Yeah.
How long we can hold out for is my biggest worry. I mean, I've got stamina for days, but I don't know about weeks.
No. That's right.
And this, Mr. Pegsworthy, this only happens out at sea, typically. I mean, we came into port here, and
Oh yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
that-
as long as you're in port, you should be safe. I think he's only ever spotted out on the open ocean. I mean, theoretically, if you gave up your life as a pirate and decided to live here for the rest of your life, you'll be absolutely fine. But
Fucking dull.
yes,
I'm
I
not-
think
Yeah,
I'd rather
that's
face
a,
my luck against the zombie captain.
we do now have a lordship here and a ladyship, Torrin. She does, so
Oh,
if it comes to it, not a bad option, I suppose.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that,
no.
I will say that's another thing that did happen to us. We
Oh yeah,
did meet with the Lady Elandra of this fine city, and we have been granted titles due to our efforts with the 2 dragons that we slayed.
there was a slight smile to this. He says, "Oh yes, I did hear about the 2 dragons, and of course, congratulations to your lord and ladyship."
And
Yeah.
thank you.
There was another matter actually I wanted to broach with you, Captain Pegsworthy.
Yes, of
Um,
course.
It would seem that some of us got a little a little bit bold when we visited Goat's Head. I know that is your home port. You were out
Yes.
at the time. Just to forewarn you, we might not have the best reputation there.
Oh, he chuckled. What have you done? What
Oh.
did you do?
We seem to piss off the local underworld boss, Jaleel.
Jabril.
Jabril, that's the one. Yeah.
How did you manage that?
Yeah, how did you manage that?
yes. You answer that one.
I mean, well, you know how it is. You know, you go out for a drink, one thing leads to another, you start a gang war, you know, it's just, happens to anyone.
Yeah.
So,
I see.
to cut a long story short, Captain and Desi here decided to go drinking and decided to fuck about and find out. Well, they found out, and it didn't necessarily go badly, but
Not for us, anyway.
it would appear that we might be on a list.
Yeah, I think the thing is, they fucked about with a protected bar. The protector came to have a quiet word,
yes.
and then they decided to threaten Jabrail when he was doing his job. Yeah, so that's the thing that happened. We did also have a fight with Captain William Poor, the Red Courage, one that we were victorious in.
Yeah.
Much to the amusement of the locals.
Yeah, Wilhelm and his lackeys decided to try and jump a couple of our crew on the a couple of our esteemed officers, pointing to the guys while they were enjoying a time on the docks, and well, we dealt with it.
You
Yes,
see him raise an eyebrow. He jumped? Not the sort of thing
Yeah.
I would have expected from him.
Well,
Unprovoked
that-
attack.
Well, that
It
kind
wasn't
of came from the aforementioned trouble in the bar.
Before that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So these two decided to pick a fight with two of his boys in a bar.
No.
No,
It was
no,
a
hold on.
discussion.
Shut
It
up.
was a discussion.
Shut it. It was a
Semantics.
discussion of fucking stupid proportions that ended up in you fucking decking them.
Not exactly.
How did it happen?
I'm just
mean-
gonna give a fucking very obvious side eye to Paceworth. It's like, really? Which one are you gonna fucking believe?
I mean, to be fair, Torrin, you weren't there.
No, I wasn't there. I had to fucking help deal with the shit when they tried to jump you on the dock.
Tried being the right word there, yes.
But
Yeah,
you were.
I had
but
to shoot lightning up their ass.
Yeah,
reminds
I'm
me though,
sure you-
Torrin. I've only got the word of these two to go on, but you were also there for the discussion with Jabrail, as I understand it.
I was, yes,
Mhm.
and that didn't go any better for me being there. Intelligence did not win out. Loudness did.
So yeah, just
see.
just a heads up.
Yeah, we are very good at making friends.
Yes.
And by we, I mean me and Captain here, of course.
I see. Well, when I return, I shall open my
there
ear
was-
and...
There was one other thing, which I think we spoke about before. Yeah, no, we definitely did. The owlbear.
Oh yes.
Well, not us personally, but a priest from the church in Goat's Head. He came and he did some magic on the owlbear, and he's back to normal.
He's called Albert.
He's also a right cunt.
I mean, he ain't that bad. He's
You met...
okay.
well,
Fine.
You brought him back to his previous senses?
It would appear
Yeah.
so.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, bruv, I mean, you'd be a bit pissed off if you woke up and found out that a decade of your life had gone by because of your former best friend fucking you over.
There is no cure for being a cunt.
A few
Wow,
swift
indeed.
punches to the head and maybe a lightning bolt might help, but
And
cure, no.
where he is still with you now?
Yeah,
He
I
is-
believe he's
He is part of the crew, yes.
Wow.
off enjoying his
I
shore
think he's
leave.
on
at the
shore
moment.
leave at the moment.
Well, I never.
Oh,
someone-
and also, we seem to keep on having run-ins with those fishy fuckers. The
He, start,
Sahagin.
he starts like openly laughing at this point. How do you always manage to be the center of attention? I don't quite understand it.
I'd like to understand why we're the center of attention to these fish fucks, but apparently they like us.
I've got a theory about that. Yeah. That necklace with the bit of metal on it.
Which one?
Do you remember in our fight with those things, one of them had a necklace that had like some weird metallic pendant on it that we couldn't identify. We couldn't identify the material. And then the next time they came after this, they said, we want our thing back that belongs to us. And we had no idea what they were talking about, but I reckon it might be that.
Where is it now?
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that is now.
Out of character, I think we still have it somewhere.
I don't remember it at all.
I remember it, but I don't have it in my inventory.
I've got it on my notes.
Pretty sure you picked it up, Des.
Alright, well,
You did,
apparently I
Des.
have it in my inventory.
And
Yeah.
You didn't sell it.
No,
One of you's got it.
no,
Mhm.
that's it.
I don't remember it at all. So if Torrin's got it, she's fucking dumb.
No, I'm pretty sure I found it, and I will take responsibility for it.
I've
May
been
I-
pretty good at looking at which things I have actually got.
Do you have it on you now?
It's not in my inventory.
There you go. I've got it. There you go. It's magic. Oh, there we go. I found it in my pocket. It was right at the bottom.
May I? May I have a look?
Please
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, sure. I mean, be careful. Apparently, if you touch it, you start having fishy fuckers chasing after you all over the place. So,
He takes it and holds it up. Once again, it's almost like a piece of, like a finger of unworked ore, like raw metal.
raw.
Yeah, raw ore. It's like this dark, very, very shiny and metallic, but also dark at the same time. And he holds it up to the light and looks at it and says, "Wow, you don't know what this is, do you?"
Oh, no,
Not a clue.
We
No.
hinted at that when we said we didn't know what it was.
He throws it back to you, Des. It's deep platinum.
I'm sorry.
What the
What?
hell is that?
You are making it up.
Where?
I assure you I'm not. It's a very, very rare form of platinum. It's found in only the deepest parts of the ocean. And for some reason, a number of aquatic races are instinctively drawn to it.
There you go.
Wonderful.
Lovely.
Also very valuable.
Yeah.
Now, that bit I like.
Right.
The whole
So-
drawing aquatic creatures to us, not so much. Valuable, valuable's fun.
We have a fishy fucker magnet. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I know it's not ideal, but I did want to meet that big one again because that big trident thing he had, I wanted that so bad, and he got away from me.
Indeed.
What, so you want to hold on to this thing so you might be able to loot the guy that might want it back?
I mean,
Yeah, definitely.
it appears to me that the way forward is clear. What we do is we sail around in circles, holding this over the edge until we get like an armada of fishy fuckers following us, and then we point them at Pilk, and then we run away.
Hang on. Isn't this the same time where you jumped into the fucking ocean behind them in the pitch black? All of you.
We,
Yeah,
And
that's
then
the
almost
second-
ran into fucking sharks.
Yeah, that was the
Yeah.
second time we encountered them, yeah.
Yeah.
This fucking dumbass. Alright, okay. On the one hand, yes, let's kick him up the ass. On the other hand, please don't do anything anywhere near as fucking stupid as that was. Please.
I absolutely do not guarantee that I will never do anything that stupid again.
I hate you. If you fuckers die, this ship's mine. You know that, right?
I think by default, yes.
That's good, because I'm not dumb enough to jump into fucking water, but clearly you three are.
Yes, well.
Just because you can't swim, Torrin.
Oh, I
The
can
rest of us
swim. I
can.
choose not to. I choose life instead of drowning and fighting sharks.
I mean, I've got a bit of an affinity with water since me and Besmara kind of hooked up, as it were.
You've got an affinity for idiocy, but we don't spread that around.
Actually, I've been spreading my idiocy around quite a bit recently.
Oh, that is something I did not need to know.
Yeah. Well, I think that pretty much sums up our adventures over the last few weeks.
Yeah,
Yes,
probably.
you have been very busy indeed.
Oh,
Yeah.
busy's a word for it.
Yeah. So, so just to recap, we have a
And yet-
ghost pirate chasing after us. We have potentially most of the aquatic races of the sea who want this deep platinum. We've got to make ourselves infamous or whatever to try and get the pirate king to notice us, senpai, we got to bring some horses back as well.
Oh yeah, there's something in Port Peril that we might do.
Wow.
Good, preferably later rather than sooner. But
Yeah, so a few things. Yeah. I do plan on smoothing things over with Jabrail when we go back to Goat's Head. We
Well,
don't really want to
I
keep
was-
enemies in so-called pirate havens.
I'm assuming that it didn't. The fact that it didn't come to a direct conflict with him, that you should be all right for the moment. But once I return, I shall try and find out what the situation is.
that
much
was
appreciated.
that was part of the reason why I was part of the conversation. We wanted to not end in bloodshed with everybody. But
Yes,
there may still be a disagreement looming over our friends.
well, be careful. He's not a undangerous man.
Gathered that you don't operate that kind of business without having some kind of reputation forged on,
No,
forged on death.
He's a man of many resources, and his bag of tricks runs deep indeed.
The bag of coin, I presume, is equally as deep.
Oh, I assume he's breaking it in,
Hmm.
as you say.
All good things.
So,
But that's us. What have you been doing? How does your immediate future look, Captain Pagsworthy? You have your new ship. I presume some new crew to go with it. And where are you headed? What's your particular direction?
Well, as you know, I'm mostly homed, stationed at Ghost Head. I've been slowly growing my little armada, but I have to face the facts that I am also not getting any younger.
How old does he look?
Oh, he's probably like 45.
Yeah.
He's probably not far from 50, let's say.
Yeah. Getting to that point where he's starting to slow
You can
down.
see the wear on his face, yeah.
That's
And
good
he says,
innings for someone of that kind of life.
He says, yes, and this leg isn't making things any easier. I don't know. I've won this fine ship now. Thinking giving it another year or so, and then have to face facts. Think about settling down for good somewhere. I don't know. I feel. You actually see him lower his head a little bit, and a look of seriousness crosses his face. I don't know. I would feel almost guilty stopping.
When you,
Would
you
you
mean?
want to go until you're stopped, or would you want to leave it all
Well,
on the high
no,
team?
not necessarily. I don't think that's the way anybody wants to go, really. But
You feel a responsibility to the people that follow you.
well, not just that. I mean, I have a very loyal crew. Some of them have been with me ever since I departed company with my previous employers. But I feel like I am a captain of this ship because of the actions of one man. And I would not be here today without those actions. And I feel I must honor him by doing that for which he saved me to do. Or
You feel you owe a debt.
basically, he saved my life, and it cost him his own.
Do you mind us asking who that was?
It was my previous first mate when I was still back in the military. It's how I lost my leg. The ship was collapsing in on itself, and I became caught within the rigging. The mast had fallen. My leg was crushed, half hanging off. And as I sank, my first mate dived down in an attempt to free me, which he did successfully. And then somehow, in the mess, in the fray, in the spinning and whirling ropes and wood, he got caught up himself and was gone. And I was unable to repay the favor.
Very sorry to hear that, Captain.
It's okay. I mean, it's kind of the reason I mutinied. Why I left the military. Once they had seen that I had lost my leg, they deemed me as incapable of captaining a ship. They wanted to give me a desk job. And as I said, I felt that doing so, not continuing as captain, would be a dishonor to my first mate. So I left.
Sitting behind a desk doesn't really seem like your speed.
No. Luckily, my entire crew were willing to follow me. And we left my homelands and we travelled here.
Well, I, for one, am glad you made that decision. Without your advice, if we'd have got very far, to be honest. So met you very early on in our pirating career, as it were, and you were good enough to tell us what's what.
Oh, no need to thank me. I think I will be thanking you one day. If I have judged you correctly, I see a lot of potential. And assessing what you've done in this short amount of time already, I see big things in your future.
You
I think
Well,
soon
that's
it
if
will
we don't
be,
get picked up by Bill.
well...
Let's not think too much on what might be in that regard. Well, let's concentrate on the good thing.
We will burn that particular bridge when we come to it.
Indeed.
Well, let's put
Let's-
it this way. If you can face Pilk and lift a feather tail, then I think you can face just about anything.
Sounds good to me.
And on that, let's look at the positives. We're all here. We're all alive. We're all doing pretty fucking well right about now. We've come back from a successful excursion to hunt some wildlife and You've come into ownership of a brand new ship. You've come to a port you know and enjoy. I think we're doing quite well.
Oh yeah. Also, one last thing before this happened. I died.
Oh, yeah.
And I met Besmara, and she's kind of suggested that I'm kind of her emissary in the world to stop some sort of calamity that's going to destroy the Shackles.
Did you know?
Yeah, way to let that one out of the box, bro.
No, just I felt I'd forgotten something.
I mean,
On
yeah.
that, I want to insight check Pegsworthy's response, just to see whether he actually believes anything he's just been told.
Go for it.
Let's see how this goes. That is a 16.
Okay, I think you get a fairly good read. I think the issue is, it's like Des often comes out with these odd statements, like
Yeah.
drinking blood of the making drinks out of the blood. Yeah, I think you would get the feeling that Pegsworthy. I don't think Pegsworthy is sure about anything that Des says. Actually,
Yeah, it's
he's
a
just like-
Pinterest alt kind of thing.
it's just like a curious thing that he said, and yeah, he doesn't know what to make of it. But it doesn't seem to like. It's not troubling him.
Well,
He doesn't know.
I see that look on your face, Captain. Yeah, I think it was a bit of a strange moment, and against, what I might have felt about this kind of thing before. I do believe him. It's like I say, it's been a weird few weeks. Yeah, bruv, wanna send up some fireworks to show him?
Oh, and I will do an Eldritch Blast up into the sky.
Yeah,
Oh,
you couldn't do
wow.
that before.
Very impressive.
I am gonna roll my fucking eyes.
You can tell though, he still doesn't know. He still doesn't know what to make of this.
What about this one? And now he clicks his fingers and a flame sprouts in his hand,
Oh yeah, that's a thing as well.
and then just snuffs it out.
I
I hate them, all of them.
You
And
see him
just-
looking at his drink again. Are you sure you didn't put anything in this drink?
Unfortunately,
Oh, we've got something to tell you. I almost forgot this as well.
Go
what
on.
else
I
do
think
we have to tell him?
You ever
we're all
heard of
getting a
a?
little bit swipsy at this point. So yeah, he's like, yeah, please. I have.
Ever heard of a Chelish galleon called the Dominator?
No, not by name. No.
Oh yeah, I fucked that one up.
Yeah, we set that one on fire.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
you ran into one also, did you?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, we had
It had us
we,
cornered.
yeah, we had some fun with that one. I snuck on board with some of my tricks. Yeah, apparently galleons don't like it if you set the bottom of them on fire.
Yeah.
Who knew?
God,
Yeah.
you snuck on
Alchemist.
board a Chelish galleon and then set it on fire.
Yeah, I swam up to it nice and slow like, and I teleported in.
Yeah, as you do.
Left them a nice package of alchemist's fire.
Yeah. We came across some of that and thought it would be put to good use. Burning the steering system and the lower decks.
It's 3 decks high. Had something like
Oh,
what was it?
bloody hell!
10 catapults on board, 5 either side, or something like that.
triple mast or a quad mast thing. It was fucking huge.
It was big. It was big. Yeah.
That's
We-
a large one indeed. That's a pirate hunter.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're here looking
Well-
for trouble.
They failed spectacularly
Yeah,
with
we-
us.
Torrin did give him trouble. Yeah, but
Good God. It seems there's really nothing you guys can't handle.
Yeah. Don't do that.
Oh, I'm sure we'll get there. But I think as strong as we are, we've had a fair amount of luck on our side.
oh, an immense amount of luck, it would seem.
Fate has rolled in our favour, you might say.
Hmm.
Out of character, I'm just going to have to go AFK. I'll be right back.
No,
Carry on.
Yeah, we've had some interesting encounters, shall we say? There's the sea goblins. We've dealt with some undead. We've had 2 dragons. We've had the venom troll.
There's that kind of whale thing that ate Lanny.
Yeah, that thing.
God,
God,
Don't care to
you're
think
making me
about
feel inadequate. You're making me feel like an old fart who needs.
No, we're
God,
fucking unlucky. Holy shit. Everywhere we go, shit fucking follows us.
And tries to kill us, or eat us, or one after
Or
the other.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that thing ate Lanny and it didn't fucking succeed in killing him, so...
No.
no,
If
game
that
like
thing had
this,
lived-
so-
If that thing had lived, it would have been really upset. Oh,
Yeah.
we've had some terrible, terrible times.
Yeah. And it's only been like 2 weeks.
Yes, this is
Oh,
it's the craziest thing. Such a large amount of crazy
fuckery.
encounters in such a short amount of time.
Just pack every hour full of minutes.
Oh
Oh,
well, it's better than just bobbing along the open sea, I guess. That wouldn't be very entertaining.
well,
mean, we
it's
try.
definitely been entertaining. It's been interesting.
We try and bomb along the open sea, but unfortunately, it appears that the open sea is a bit crowded.
Yeah. There's a few
Hmm.
things in it that want to kill us.
Strange. I can't imagine why that would be happening.
No? Oh, fucking hell. There's a few things that have definitely tried and almost succeeded, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Back.
Hello.
Lovely.
Well, maybe just some advice from you, Captain Pegsworthy. I mean, with a few ideas in mind of where to head next, but where would you advise might be good to go? Interesting
Well,
places.
Completely up to you, really. I mean, it depends what you're looking for.
I mean,
Honestly,
Or booty.
I want to take some ships down.
Yeah.
I want to get in and get stuck in and see what real piracy we can get involved in.
I want to
I'm-
punch a
I'm
ghost
itching.
pirate in the face.
Well, if you're looking just to take some ships, then you'll be best staying this south side of the Shackles. It's a short trip out into the shipping lanes. If that's
Yeah.
what you're after.
I reckon so.
We've been told of some interesting places out sort of northwest, following the edge of the Shackles. What do you know of Raptor Island?
Raptor. Oh, well, I've heard of it. I've not really been that far out west, if I'm being honest.
Drunken stories and odd weirdness that we. Well, I wanted to see if any of it could be corroborated as true, but if it's not something
Well-
you've been,
I've probably heard the same stories you have. Strange creatures. The like, but nothing I can personally account to.
Yeah, just some stories that were interesting. And we might head up to Port Peril at some point, or
Well, if you're wishing to become free captains, you'll have to pop up there at some time.
well, that may be something we'll think of soon. But I think more notoriety, I think, may help.
Certainly, yes.
May
Notoriety
help
will
our
help.
case.
But it
Some-
looks like you're doing a good job of that
How
already.
How
Some
much is
titles
enough?
in Little Abara is helpful.
Sorry?
How much renown is enough
Well, it's hard to say.
for the Hurricane King? I mean, what did you have when you became a free pirate?
Well, it took me a while. I think you just have to get around enough that your name is at least known, that your ship is recognized. That's hopefully enough.
Well, yeah, there's also the slight issue that we may end up bumping into our ex-employer at some point.
Into your what, sorry?
Our ex-employer.
Oh, Harrigan, you mean? Yes.
Well, I mean, employer is obviously a strong word, but you get the idea.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, prick, we'd like to keyhole.
I assume he's not very happy with you.
To be fair, we don't know what he thinks at the moment.
Yeah.
As far as
As
he's
far
aware, it was
Yeah.
Captain. It was Plug that ran away with his ship. So
Yeah, but he doesn't know that.
no,
Hmm.
exactly.
I've got some ideas on that I'm working on. Some some thoughts, but nothing solid yet. But unfortunately, if he comes across our ship and finds us and not Plug, it could be interesting. Although the ship that we took with Plug, we don't have anymore.
Nope.
Which makes it easier.
Yep.
We
That's
are.
true.
We're in a smaller and faster vessel than he initially took, and that he actually has, as far as I'm aware.
How long were you actually with him? I mean, would he
We
remember you if you bumped into each other?
Well, it wouldn't, to be honest.
I don't know.
Well, you made some small impression on him when we took when we took that last
Man's
ship.
promise.
Man's promise, yeah.
Yeah.
And we,
when-
and when we met you, it was what we then moved on with.
I mean, I do feel I owe him something because, whilst I may not have made an impression on him, he definitely made an impression on me.
I
To my
owe him a
face.
lightning bolt.
Yeah, specifically.
What did he
Sounds
do to your face?
Punched it.
He punched your
Repeatedly.
face?
Yeah.
he actually killed me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kill was a strong word. I think you were just kind of knocked out, really, but,
Yeah.
And there was a healer's intervention
Mm-hmm.
at that particular moment.
Well, maybe he would remember you then. If I know anything of Harrigan, he's certainly one to hold a grudge.
Well, we have something in
And
common then.
I can assure you, he is probably out there right now looking for his ship.
Yeah. Well, when he sees this one, hopefully he'll just go, "Oh, that's not my ship." But no, he will definitely say that's not my ship, and hopefully he won't come any closer.
Yes, I mean, I imagine what's going to happen is that he'll say, that's not my ship, but I'm going to take it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if
there
he
is
wants
also
to try
that.
and take our ship, he can bloody well try.
If he can catch us.
Exactly.
Anyway. Let's not
Yes.
let's not give any more thought to that wanker.
Exactly. So, I've had a wonderful evening. The food was edible.
Best at short notice. We didn't plan with Croup
Oh,
to.
please, don't worry. I've eaten much worse.
I think we all have.
Oh yeah. He's getting
Not much to
better.
complain.
It's been so wonderful to catch up with you again.
You too.
It's been great to meet up with a friend.
Exactly. It has been nice to meet you again, and I do consider you all friends.
Yes, likewise.
Wonderful, yeah. Absolutely. Feelings mutual.
So when are you leaving? Are you staying here for a while, or have you got plans to move ahead?
No, I've probably been here long enough now. I was planning to leave within the next couple of days.
Any particular direction, or will we
No, I'll
pass in the
probably-
night?
I may head back to Goat's Head to clear up a couple of things. I may head north. I mentioned Quent before. Perhaps I'll pop back to Quent. Haven't been there for a while.
That's on the other side of Montague, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Nice place.
Well, recommended.
Yes, if you can pop by. It's a nice place. The
We'll bear it in mind.
ruler there is very amicable.
Is this a pirate establishment or a more
Oh, of
civilian?
course, of course. The ruler there is Tessa Fairwind. A very capable pirate and a very fair ruler. I would consider us friends.
Oh, yeah, friend of yours, friend of ours, etc., etc.
Yes,
to
I mean,
know,
if
yeah.
I do pass in, I shall certainly inform her of your presence and your possible arrival in her fair city.
I would be very much appreciated. Thank you.
Nice, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, I think I've eaten enough and drank too much, and my hammock is calling.
Yeah, sign of a good evening, that is.
Exactly. I did find your musician here rather entertaining, and he turns and he tosses a couple of coins to Belloc.
Yeah.
Who catches them and nods.
Oh,
And,
yes.
With that, he will say his goodbyes. Is there anything else
No,
That's
just
you
it.
require of him?
very
Shake
respectful
his
and
hand
friendly
and-
goodbyes.
Yeah.
Then, with that, he will leave the Blood Lake and return to his ship,
Wonderful.
leaving you alone. And it would probably be like fairly late into the night at this point.
Hmm.
I mean, not past midnight, but you would have been sat there for a few hours drinking and eating.
I will say over my shoulder to Bannock. Thank you, Bannock. That was a wonderful accompaniment for the evening.
Oh, you're very
Yeah.
welcome.
And
It's
a
perfect.
good impression you made on our friend Captain Pegsworthy as well.
He nods again. Anytime.
Enjoy your night. Well, we've got a few things that we'd like to discuss.
He nods once again and turns and leaves you alone.
So, friends, a few points of order, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
That deep platinum
Mm.
to keep, to sell, Would you like to use it as bait for whatever sea creatures like to invade in the night, or would you like to be rid of this situation?
Well, I am going to be wearing it as a necklace from now on.
Fair enough.
Yes, I think. I mean, we've had no problems with fending off anything that's approached us so far, and who knows, we might even find something interesting.
Sean, do you ever remember if I cast Identify on that particular piece?
Wasn't magical.
No, it wasn't magical.
That's all right.
I mean, I think no, I remember. It has a slight, almost like a residue, but it's not a magical item as such.
As far as I remember, I would have cast Detect Magic and then picked out the individual items from that encounter. Okay. Second point of interest. Where do we want to go? We do have ideas, but we haven't actually sat down and discussed what our heading is, or even when we want to leave Lillipara.
I don't know about everyone else, but I've got I'm feeling itchy sitting around. I don't like being penned in by some fear of being hunted by Ghost Wanker. So, part of me thinks we should just get out there and start taking ships, and if he happens across us, we deal with it.
Yeah, I am for that entirely.
So,
Captain.
I mean, I was kind of thinking about it and kind of sailing around aimlessly. How much are we going to achieve? But at the same time, he kind of said it took like 3 days for Whalebone Pilk to kind of do his thing, right?
Yeah.
So, kind of in my head, I had that if we were to set ourselves a limit on it of like 2 days and things keep happening, we then head back into the Shackles, into the islands. He's not going to come after us because we're not at open sea anymore. And then we head back out again.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. I mean, I
so
don't know.
Do you want to try and avoid this guy, or do you want to
balls
I
to
the wall and deal with it?
I don't know. I mean, it might not even be as bad as we think it is. And we're just looking into it a bit too detailed. And it might come of nothing. But at the same time, if it is, and it keeps coming and it keeps coming, but like we said, is there a way to destroy him, taking out the bell, for example, like we said?
Yeah.
That might solve it, and we're done. And then worries are over.
He did say that it was in front of the ship's bell, that the bell was powering it or something, didn't he?
I didn't say that exactly. No, he was basically saying that anyone caught is brought before the ship's bell. I think.
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it's a powerful. It might just be that he's particularly attached to it. I mean, it's neither here nor there. If he rocks up, I suggest we go out there and chin the fucker.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think. So, if he catches up with
the
us,
bell
we're going to have to deal with it.
The bell is one of those things that's is kind of his marker almost. If he hasn't got a bell to ring, can he still do what he does?
Exactly. I suggest we go find out.
With it. Let's fuck up his bell.
Let's just fuck him up and then fuck up his bell.
Yeah.
Let's fuck up his bell, then fuck him up, then fuck his ship up.
A lightning bolt will do all three of those. So
yes.
Who knows, Torrin? If you want any more zombies, then it sounds like he's got a fair few.
But if they're already zombies, I can't use them.
Would you be able to bind him to you in any way?
If I can, it's such an advanced piece of magic, I would have no idea how to do it.
Oh well. Extreme violence it is then.
See, I reckon if we do encounter him, Torrin, if you concentrate destructive magic on that bell, and we'll keep him busy.
That doesn't sound like a bad idea. There's plenty of ways for me to break shit.
Yeah.
There are plenty of ways for me to break shit.
I'm also wondering whether if he approaches and you get your, your spell that shows you where magical items are.
Mm-hmm.
If anything gives you a particular target to it on that ship.
I mean, it might be that the whole ship is magic.
Yeah, there's that. I don't know.
There may be specific items. It may be the entire ship. It could just hell. He may have a sword that allows him to reform after a certain amount of time. I don't know. Magic's fucking weird. There's so many variables that I don't know and understand, especially with enchantments.
Oh.
That's a part of magic that I'd love to learn about, but it's something I would need to really study and have a teacher for. And well, right now it's me. It's me and my own experiments.
Fair. Right. Well, I mean, Lanny, what do you reckon? Is you want to get out there and patch it up, right?
Yeah, I think very much so. We take it as it comes. Like I said, I don't just want to sail around aimlessly. So maybe we kind of set a path to somewhere, and we kind of make our way there. And whatever we counter on the way, then we fuck up. As the proverbial.
Jump into the shipping lanes and head sort of northwest-ish, and whatever we find, deal with. And if Whalebone Wanker comes after us as well, we deal with that too.
Yeah, sounds good. Shipping lanes then.
Yes.
Okay.
Captain, yours is the most important vote. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds like the plan. I think we kind of almost use that shipping lane, make our way kind of west a little bit, see what's up there. And if there's anywhere that catches our attention on the way, then we stop in, and maybe we set our goal for now as that Raptor Island where what's his name from the arena wanted something from there, didn't he?
Stephanie.
Creature.
No, yeah, well, right, yes.
And if we make our way there, we get what he wants, then we do the same on the way back. Who knows? We stop back in here at Opara, and we then make a new heading from there.
And turning to the twins now, where's your dad?
Oh, he's south of here. You're not too far away, actually. Tidewater Rock, if I'm looking at the map correctly. It's a couple of days south of here.
Okay. And that's not something you want to deal with anytime soon?
Not right now, no.
Northwest is a good heading to deal with that. And Port Peril and surrounding area is somewhere where I'd rather not go anytime soon.
There's also another place that might be worth visiting for my brother and Sindara's. This island called Besmara's Throne.
Not a terrible idea.
Have a look at that. Point of interest, if nothing else. But let's
where you're going, what you're doing.
But
the Shackles are a large and terrifying place.
Yeah, but for the moment, I think gathering more information and money, booty, and that's the order.
Which means shipping lanes and Whalebone Wanker.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Oh, Merkel
Yes.
below, this is gonna be a problem. Oh.
No, it's not. It's going to be a fucking good time.
Alright.
So, with a vague plan in mind,
Mhm.
and you're basically just waiting for Devvie's armor to be finished, you have 4 more days in Little Lupara before you, I assume, leave.
Yes,
I
I've
assume
got.
you will leave as soon as that's done.
Yeah,
So
I've got
I'm
one
just gonna
last
ask
thing
you-
to do.
What you would basically like to do within those 4 days.
I just have a letter to send.
Okay.
I have a spell to find.
I got brews to make.
Okay.
Lani would do essentially try and go with Torrin to. Would Torrin go back to the spell shop?
Yes.
Would she go somewhere else?
I'd
Yes.
go back to the spell shop. I've got.
Yeah, Lani would go with her. That's something I want to potentially try and do there.
Oh.
Okay. So, Torrin, you're looking for a spell? You want to buy a spell scroll?
No, I'm looking to. Well, yes, I'm looking for a spell scroll to then attempt to copy into my book.
Okay. What are you looking for?
It is a cantrip.
A hand trip.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm looking for the acid splash cantrip. This would actually be an interesting conversation to have with Lani while we're on our way up there.
Okay.
Lani, you're you cast some spells now.
Yeah,
They-
I mean,
They're
There's one-
different to the way I do them, but they're still spells.
there's one or two things I have done so far, but I don't really understand them quite yet. And this is kind of one reason why I wanted to come with you today. I wanted to speak to someone in the magic shop and see if they could help me in any way.
Okay.
I mean, you as well, Torrin, but I don't know. Like I say, the things I've done so far have just kind of come a bit natural to me, and I've just kind of done them with feels like little almost action, and they've just happened. I want to make it a bit more purposeful, and I want to know what I can and can't do almost.
But when you took down the venom troll, something happened and you attacked it with almost claws. Your hands extended and when you hit it, it seemed to burn through it like acid.
It was almost something, and I remember a phrase that my mother used to use, and she would chant this phrase, and do you know what? Something on I felt almost my beads, my necklace, I felt it almost get hotter, and like I felt heat coming from it, and there's something in me just kind of took over, and yeah, they're almost like a pure rage-based sort of savage nature took over, and I don't know quite what it was.
It's interesting. The four of us that have magical ability on the ship. Sandara has her power granted through faith, and Des has his power granted through faith, but in more of a one-on-one relationship rather than a religious granting of power, your power seems to come innately, and mine is learned. It's curious. Such different ways to harness the power, but still that power is there and is potent, strong.
Yeah, I remember the way my mother used to do things, and it was all almost nature-based in the way she did things, and she'd use little bits of flowers and little bits of this and that, parts of animals that she would use to create some of the things that she did. So yeah, very much in that you've got your book and you use your words to get it out, but like I say, hers were more natural, and I remember learning quite a lot of it as I grew up, but never really developed anything from it because I was trained as a warrior and that was all I knew.
It's strange. It's not something I understand fully. It's very interesting. The reason I asked about that particular spell, and one of the reasons why I want to go to the shop, is when we were at the temple and I created, shall we say, I used, it was some of the acid from the dragon that had burnt away the flesh that allowed me to then create a more streamlined process. It's part of what I'm looking for today. If there's a way that I can harness some level of that type of power to make that process a little easier. Clean off the bones, maybe not destroy evidence, but that kind of thought process. But
yeah, it seems like it might work. Yeah. Well, it did clearly.
I can't carry around dragon acid all day, but
no.
If there's some level of power that I can learn that can augment that ability, that could be incredibly useful. I know some levels of spells that may work, so I just wanted to peruse, see what they've got. And then if you've got any questions, do feel free to ask away, and if I can help with anything, just ask. I'm always here.
Thank you, Torrin. I'll bear that in mind. I'll come to you for help, I suppose.
I will continue on.
So before you get that,
as we're chatting.
What exactly are you wanting to do?
I need a spell scroll for a cantrip to copy into my book.
You can't learn new cantrips by copying from a scroll.
Can I not?
No, not with cantrips.
That changes my plan.
I
have the ability to with a first level spell already.
Sorry? Well, I was just going to say I would probably house rule it that you could copy the cantrip as a spell into your book, but it would use a first level spell slot. You wouldn't be able to use it as a cantrip.
I do already have a first level spell that would allow me to do it. I didn't know there was a restriction on copying cantrips.
Yeah, no,
good to know.
Wizards can't change the cantrips other than they normally get.
I think there's a rule on doing it maybe on a level up, but it's not something I'm familiar with. That's fair. Well, Torrin wouldn't know that, so Torrin can go and see if there's any spells and realize, well, shit, I'm out of luck. Ah, well, at least I can still use this. Because my chromatic orb spell can still do acid damage, so I would just have to use a first level spell to be able to cast chromatic orb and burn away flesh to make skeletons instead of zombies. But that's
I see.
okay. I'm all right with that.
Okay.
So Torrin would look a little dejected, but be okay, and then sort of stand in the background and allow Lanny the forefront.
Did you want anything there, Lani, specifically? Or
So what Lanny is essentially looking for is either verbally or some sort of essentially like a list of what spells he might be able to cast. So what I have on my spell list, Lanny doesn't know off the top of his head. He hasn't got them written down, but finding a way of what a druid could cast as first level spells.
okay.
Does that make
Yep. Then give me. Can you? I assume you can read.
Yes.
Give me an investigation check.
Would I be able to assist with
Assist
this
him? Yeah.
as I come in? Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah, you do have.
Oh.
A
whoa! I didn't mean to press that. Sorry.
That was a
Too late. Keep it.
It was an initiative roll, so hold on.
What is your plus? What's your modifier for investigation?
Just get my sheet. So that would have been a +3, but my what was it for? Sorry, investigation is 0.
So it's a 16, but you have advantage, so you can roll again. Okay, so a 16 though. So with Torrin's help, you will find a book about druidic magic, and that will go over at least most of the common spells and magic used amongst the druidic community.
Cool. And that is all I want to do, really, because, like I say, what Lanny's done so far has been just kind of by instinct, whereas he now wants to kind of look into it a bit more and know what he can and can't
Okay.
cast almost. So yeah.
Okay. Devvie wanted to send a letter.
Yes. So my background is criminal / spy, so I know how to get communicate over long distances with my contact in the criminal world, which is our Auntie Ethel.
Yes.
And I am writing to her the following. Dearest Aunt Ethel, my apologies for not writing sooner. Much has happened to Des and I since we left. Long story short, we're pirates now, in possession of our own ship. Not something we planned, but certainly a lateral move that can benefit our business endeavours, something that can get us closer to our quarry. Through some circumstances, we are now Lords of Little Opara, enjoying all the benefits of that title. We don't yet own a property there, but rest assured we will. We will send you an invitation to stay with us when we've all settled in. All our love, as ever, Devvie and Des.
Oh. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It occurred to me today that we haven't told her what's going on since we left.
Only been a few weeks. It's fine.
So yeah, you're able to send that letter on using the means that are available to you and your background.
Yep.
Des, you wanted to brew some stuff.
Yep, I should have two. I should have the. I'm going to start that one again. I should have the chance to do 2. Is what I'm trying to say. Before days, shouldn't I?
Nope. You need 3 days to do. Well, it depends. If you fail, then yes. If you fail the first one,
All right then. Well, let's see then. So, inspired by.
just to be sure, I didn't save the file before I closed it last time. But the last thing I remember was you failing to make a cocktail out of spider eggs, correct?
Indeed. Yes.
Okay, then. Okay, so we have 4 days to do.
One.
Well, let's
potentially
see.
two. Yeah.
Yep.
So the inspired by all this talk about pilk and all that bollocks, I'm going to be trying to make a brew out of some death bell.
Oh, very fitting.
Yeah. Thematically on point.
Thought about that.
So, let's see. I need a token.
There's one at the top.
I'm down the bottom. Oh yeah, there I am. Hello. Right then. So first roll. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh, that's a 24.
Nice.
Resounding success.
I guess I'm assuming death bell's a mushroom, yeah?
No, it's a flower actually.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yes, it's a purple flower. So that's first day is set up. You need it. The second day is fermenting or whatever it is, and then the third day is the final steps.
Indeed.
So this is the third day now.
Let's see, shall we? For the record, I'm going to try and make a nice wine out of this. Some sort of, floral, winey thing. Yes. Okay, let's go. Come on, roll 20. Don't be a dick. You were a dick. 17.
17's fine. That's a
Yay!
success.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that means roll your
Oh my.
D100.
Oh. That'll be a 30.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I mean, as we all know, I have the patience of a concussed duckling. So
That
I
is
will-
a fucking phrase. Holy shit.
I usually say I have the coordination of a concussed duckling, but it kind of fits all kind of forms of everything. So I'm gonna sit out on deck, pour myself a nice glass.
Alone or
I might get my brother to supervise just in
Yeah.
case something bad happens.
what sort of time of day are you envisioning this?
I'm thinking of it's gonna be midday. Sun's
Okay.
high.
Okay.
I'm gonna stroll out on deck with my bottle of Death Bell wine, and be like, "Oh, right then, brother." As is
What have you got
tradition, this my good friend is wine made from the Death Bell flower.
That sounds awfully dangerous.
Now, exactly, which is why you are gonna watch as I drink it.
Oh, bloody hell. Go on
Right,
then.
so obviously, if I need resuscitating, I'm sure Sandar's around here somewhere. Right, to your good elf, and I will
yours.
take a drink.
Okay. So it tastes actually quite good. There's this almost like fruity, flowery taste to it. It's not too strong, not too pungent, and it actually goes down quite smoothly. You feel it circling then in your stomach. And Devvie, if you're watching, you see him start to kind of like rock back and forth.
Uh-oh.
Just from one foot to the other.
Oop. Right, bruv.
Desi, you start to feel within you like a restlessness almost. And Devvie, you start to see him kind of bob slightly. And he's now like nodding his head repeatedly. And
Getting
Des,
ready
you feel
with
almost
my...
like you feel this energy throughout your body. This uncontrollable energy. It's like you just gotta move. In fact, you realize you can't stand still. You're now like you're almost jumping from one foot to the other. And Devvie, you just see how Des suddenly just turns around, jumps, and just breaks out into like a jig. And he's jumping from one foot to the other and flailing his arms about, doing this madhap dance of drunkenness along the deck of the Bloodwake.
What the bloody hell?
I've created liquid meth, apparently.
Devvie, Des, you are still of sound mind,
Well, that's debatable.
and you are starting to question why you are dancing. And you think about maybe stopping, but for some reason, nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do to will yourself to stop, and it seems that you are uncontrollably dancing.
Wow.
Well, this is. I mean, can I
What the-
speak?
Yeah, you can speak. I mean, Dev, it looks quite odd. He's doing this like jaunty jig, and at the same time, there's this like worried, serious expression on his face.
Brother, I appear to have made some sort of mistake. The drink appears to have caused me to have to dance, and I don't seem to be able to stop.
It's also caused me to laugh uncontrollably.
Yes, so it would appear there would be some sort of side effect.
I'm just gonna like start gathering people's attention as they're going past. I'm like,
don't
look
you
at this.
fucking dare. I know where
How
you
long-
sleep.
How long does this last?
Well, I assume Devvie is going to anybody who passes by, any of the crew, is going to steer their attention towards Desi, who is manically dancing.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as Rosie or Benok appear, they're going to start playing music, and this almost it kind of initiates a kind of like a midday
Dance
drinking
off.
session where they have like a dancing party, which goes on for like throughout the afternoon until everyone just gets tired of dancing and stops. But Desi continues.
Oh
He
shit!
continues into the
Am I-
evening.
Am I going to die?
Oh, if
can
it
see-
starts, yeah.
The look on his face now, it's starting to cause some discomfort. He's obviously tired. The sweat is dripping from his brow. His feet are killing him, and yet he is unable to stop.
This
I
isn't
want
funny
you all to
anymore.
know that I'm going to take a shit in every single one of your beds.
I'm a little bit Sandara.
Yeah.
I don't think. I think this has gone very, very far indeed. Is there anything you could do to stop him? He drank something, and it's caused this.
Define stop. I mean, that can be interpreted in
Oh,
a number of ways.
well,
I mean, at this
non-lethally,
point, I
of
might
course.
welcome death.
I mean, I could literally try to restrain him.
I don't know if that's going to help. He looks very worried. I think is it a magical thing, Des? What's going on? Poison? Oh, can you
Well-
cure him of poison?
I mean, I have to admit that I'm not entirely sure how my brews do what they do, but I would suggest it is probably a bit magical.
Okay. Sandara spends the next hour pondering. She tries a couple of things. She does have a spell which would theoretically remove the effects of poison, which unfortunately has no effect. She also has. Does she have lesser restoration? She also has lesser restoration, which also seems to have no effect. And eventually, out of just pure desperation, she casts Hold Person upon him, and is at least able to hold him still for that short amount of time. But that only lasts a minute, and at which point he carries on. And unfortunately, there's nothing she's able to do to stop Desi's dancing, and it just continues on until the evening, until eventually he collapses from exhaustion and falls asleep on the deck.
Jesus. Do whatever that is. Oh man, that's oh, I mean, it was funny at first, but that was just bloody concerning.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, when this all was going on, it was quite amusing for the crew, but as it was just going on and not stopping, it kind of got less and less funny as the day went on.
Yeah.
And I think most people are kind of relieved now that he has just eventually just stopped.
Let's put him in that fancy hammock.
Oh, what the one that we don't actually know what it does?
No, we know what it does.
You know exactly what it does. Yeah.
What did it do again?
You can re-roll your hit dice.
Oh,
to
okay.
gain
The
more hit
hospitality's
points back.
hammock. It's in
Yeah.
the captain's
In the
quarters, right?
journal. Nah,
Unless you've hung it up.
I had
on
hung it
there.
up at the front of the ship. Yeah.
Yes, you did. Because that's been yours recently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Well,
Throw
so-
him in a fucking hammock at the front of the ship.
So, the actual effect of the potion, is it until the target falls unconscious, or does it actually last for X amount of time?
No, it's the drinker must dance until they fall unconscious.
Oh man.
Jesus,
I'm
that
gonna
is.
call-
Go on.
I'm going to call
Wow.
this the unsafety dance.
That's a 6th level spell worth of fuckery.
That's,
I
yeah.
love it. There is a spell called Otto's Irresistible Dance at 6th level.
Oh, I mean, obviously,
Wow.
I won't be partaking in that again. But you know, if we ever get into a situation where we need to distract
Keep someone
the person,
occupied.
yes, you
That can be
imagine.
weaponized, that.
I say the next morning after I wake up and
Yeah.
do some stretches.
Realize
Really
that you've got
sorry,
a cramp
brother,
in
we-
both of your legs.
We tried everything.
No. I mean, this kind of, you know, when you are in the experimenting business, as I am, sometimes these things do happen, which is why I drink anything that I make first before giving it to anybody else, and also why I keep you around in case I die.
Yeah, naturally.
Yes. However, I do believe I made a promise to shit in everyone's bed, so I need to go and eat something with lots of fibre in it.
Oh god. Yeah. No. No. No, please don't.
Already gone.
So
Um,
my word program just died of exhaustion, so I'm gonna have to
Yay.
refill in that.
Uh,
So
there's-
we have that. God, I'm gonna have to decide on the DC for that, but okay. You theoretically have one more day to start a brew. at
Oh,
least.
good. Okay. Right. Hold on. Let's see what else I've got in here, which is probably going to end up, I don't know, making me explode or something.
Talking of brews, Dev is going to quickly think of something and go and try and find some healing potions in a shop.
Yes.
Your friends behind.
Yeah. Healing potions. You can just buy what you want and tick them
Yeah.
off the list.
Okay, I'm going to get some graters.
I trust you all just to.
Yeah, graters were 300 each and
300,
normals
yeah.
were 50 each, as far as I remember.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so after that exciting experience with dancing until I drop, I'm going to go for something a bit more boring. And you can't get more boring than mushrooms. So my next brew is going to be using white cap.
White cap. Okay.
I'm assuming white cap is a mushroom.
It is. Because I know where Sean got his list from.
Yeah, so do I. I figured it out. I is smart. Right. So first roll for some for some mushroom beer. Let's see. That would be 15.
Oh, you just made it.
Yay!
But that's all you'll be able to do for the moment. In
Yes,
2
that's
days, you can attempt to. What do you call it?
Decant.
Decant? Yeah, I suppose.
Check the fermenting.
Yeah. Just finalize the process, I guess.
Finalise
Okay.
documentation.
Just as a point of order, Sean, I'm also going to be buying some healing potions.
Yeah, as I said, if you can choose what you want and just take the money out of your purse and add the potions to your inventory. So, does anybody else want to do anything in Little Para before we leave?
Uh, I think
I don't think so.
I'm all right.
Lanny would have spent a little bit of time over those few days with one of the dragon heads. He would have actually skinned it and started to pull off the sinew and trying to get it down to pure bone. And ultimately trying to find a way to mount it on the front of the ship.
Okay. I mean, you could tie it on, or you could talk to your ship's carpenter about maybe finding a slightly sturdier way to attach it.
Was that Balik? Our ship, right?
No, I keep getting their names confused now.
Yeah,
Balik.
Balik.
Yeah, it is Balik.
It was Balik, yeah.
A lovely little dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
But I think it's going to take you. Well, do you know what? It would take you the couple of days to get it prepared, although it needs to dry out really in the sun. But in the meantime, he can construct something for which to hold it in.
Perfect.
And you know what? By the time you're ready to leave, I'm going to say that you have a dragon skull up at the as a figurehead.
Nice.
for your ship.
Beautiful. I
Nice.
love it.
So I think there's only one thing to do before we leave.
Anything
Anybody?
around?
Sorry?
Oh, what, are we signing off?
No.
No.
Somebody wants to do something before they leave, and I'm slightly tempted not to say anything.
Our characters would remember.
Okay.
Hey, Devvie, do you want to go get
may
that
have
fucking
got
armor?
Something made.
Oh, yes. Yes, because, I've already taken the gold off that. Yes.
Whilst you are out getting your potions,
Yes, that'll be when I get it then. Yeah.
Okay, then you go
Thank
to
you.
collect.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Oh, also provides resistance to acid, of course, because it's black dragon armor. Amazing.
Yep. But it's only for up to 10 points of damage.
Yeah.
So you basically have resistance acid, unless the damage is over 20, in which case it's only ever going to be 10.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sense?
Yes.
And of course, it has the effects of the other two things that you paid for.
Yeah, of course. That looks so cool. Thank you. Oh, you made that.
Oh, I slapped it together in Photoshop using a few different.
oh yeah, just slapped it together, you know. Just, you know.
It is beautiful and much better looking than I had imagined it would be. So thank you. That's so cool.
Cool. Just so you
Big
know, the
oof.
smoke, it doesn't do anything other than just.
No, it doesn't. No, it
It looks
appearances
cool.
only.
The visual
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But it's odorless and it has no effect on
Yeah.
you or anybody else. Okay. So with
Sweet.
that, I guess you finally, after this almost 2 weeks of shore leave, the ship is fully stocked, prepped, and with your crew gathered, once again, the Bloodwake sets sail onto the open ocean.
Ooh.
So, what direction are you heading in?
Out to the coast, past Broken Hook, and then into the shipping lanes going northwest, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's loud. So, you're heading... What did you just say? Past what?
Past Broken Hook.
Southwest.
That's
Past Broken
south of
Hook.
us.
Oh, Broken Hook. There we go. Okay. So
And
you're going to
then
be
we're
heading
gonna go
out.
out into the shipping lanes of the Fever Sea.
So you're basically heading like down here, off.
Yes.
Oh, okay, excellent. Okay, so you spend. I assume you're leaving in the morning.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
sail out from the islands. You intertwine these little plots of land here, and finally reach the open sea. I think within a day's sailing, you're gonna get to like here. And the weather is fine. The weather is good. An efficient day of sailing.
Lovely.
Finally, evening approaches. What do you wish to do for the evening? Are you stopping?
I think so. I mean, it's Lanny's call.
Yeah, I think having been in Litlepara for like 2 weeks, sailing out the first day, I think it would take its toll on the crew a little bit with everything that's going on. So yes, I think we would stop
Okay.
and see how the first night takes us.
So as it starts to get dark, you give the order. Actually, can we all have a check? Oh fuck, what's it called?
In the post?
No. I want a check. And the word escapes me.
Perception? Survival? Navigation?
Not perception. My brain has just malfunctioned.
Meh. Investigation?
Right.
Insight?
Insight.
All of us?
Yeah, go for it.
I will go first. 16.
Okay.
Right,
Nice
I'll go
dice
second.
color.
I'll go
Yeah.
next.
Crimson Cray now.
15.
Throw on to a 16.
Nice.
No pressure.
Oh!
All about the same. All about the same. So as the crew are bringing down the ship, tying up the sails, you can all kind of sense there's a bit of uneasiness amongst the crew.
Trepidation.
Yeah, they all know what's going on. They all kind of know what's potentially out here, and the atmosphere is a little off, especially from this shore leave that you've had. This kind of very relaxed atmosphere. Being back on like a working ship again for the day has changed that, of course, anyway. But you can really sense there's a little bit of uneasiness amongst the crew this evening. And as the sun sets and the darkness surrounds you and embraces the blood wake, you sense it kind of increasing, especially as the banks of fog start to drift in.
Oh.
And
Or more
finally,
fog?
as you start to hear on the wind,
Bloody
Last
afternoon.
orders, please. Last orders.
the moral drops significantly, and these looks of uncertainty on the faces of the crew suddenly become ones of fear.
Wow, is that pretty close now, is it?
It's hard to tell.
Sounds like it's right on my ear.
I'm well, Dev would have already been wearing his new armor because he's wearing it in. But he's gonna stand at the prow of the ship, looking out into the fog, with an air of defiance. and he's going to flip his coat back over the hilt of his cutlass, and he's just going to stand there with kind of like an air of confidence, but not overconfidence, just confident enough.
Crew are all, of course, aware of this. They can. I mean, they can see what you're doing, and this isn't like the normal evening traditions that are going on. You can see, like, they've all kind of like have a weapon on them, which is not necessarily common practice, and no one is really drinking, except a couple quite nervously. There's no music. There's no real chit chat. People are just kind of like loitering around, glancing off into the fog, trying to sense where they hear this incessant bell coming from, and it seems to be coming from the port side, and then moments later it's coming from starboard, and then somehow it's behind you again. It's like it's coming from all different directions at once. But Devvie, as you start, go on.
Sorry, I was about to say, I will also step up with my brother at the front, but I will turn to the crew and I'll attempt to bolster their resolve with a little speech, if you'll allow me.
Please.
Right, everybody, we have all heard the stories. We all know what this could potentially be. But I can assure you, the most dangerous thing out on these seas at the moment is us. Alright? Now, if Spooky McFuckface over there wants to try and come on board, then we will punch him in the face like we would do any other thing. Alright? I don't give a fuck what you've heard. Okay? The stories, whatever like that, we will deal with anything that comes to us, and we will defeat it as we have everything else. Alright? Have a little faith.
And with that, Lanny will step forward and go, as Mr. Desi says, we may or may not know what we face here, but this crew, new faces, old faces, we will stand together and fight it as one. The crew of the Bloodway.
Yes.
There's some mild clapping and cheering from the crew. It's like they're almost like nervously agreeing and trying, but it's almost like their heart's not quite in it.
Turn around and look at them all, and I'll find where Benok is and Rosie, and I'll point to them and I'll say, "You two, play us something heartening."
They both nod. Okay, we'll just grab our instruments, they say. With that, you turn around, look back into the wall of fog. Suddenly it parts, and you catch a glimpse of a ship. And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Yes.
Oh, you motherfucker.
That's rather mysterious.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, I got chills.
Well, son of a fuck. Alright.
I thought might even have one night's grace, but jeez.
Yeah.
He was waiting for us.
Yeah, he fucking was.
You
Wow.
little bastards.
Who wants to take us out?
Sure, I'll take it. Friends, thank you so much for joining us tonight on TNT Nerds. We are here on Twitch. We have all of our videos that will go up onto YouTube for your perusal. And anytime you want to get in contact with us and find out what we're up to, we are on all of the other socials. We are on Twitter, we are on Facebook, we are on Instagram. All of the links are below and everywhere and wonderful, but just for you audio listeners. TNT Nerds on Twitter, TNT Nerds on Facebook, TNT_Nerds for Instagram. But I believe that's everything. Remember, everyone, we are not going to be here next week for our usual Skull and Shackles. We will be here for maybe a painting stream, maybe it's just chatting and enjoying each other's wonderful piratey company in some other way. Who knows?
You just realise wait another week before we can do the battle.
Yeah,
I know.
2 weeks till we fight this prick.
It'll be
But-
worth it. Be worth the wait.
Friends, Romans, countrymen, all D&D followers across the land, thank you very much for joining us, and I believe our very haphazard standoff is Don't
Don't
be a
be a
dick!
Big massive hard dick.
Bye bye.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.